Hey guys, it's the Chilly Man here. Now, I've only really been hyped for about 3 games that I've seen that are supposed to come out soon. Or maybe soon being anywhere from like 3 months from now, probably like maybe early 2023. But let me get into it. So, the first game on this list is Tekken 8. Now, Tekken 8 is a game that I saw the trailer to, and I wasn't really interested in it until someone showed me the trailer. And let me tell you, when I saw the trailer, I was immediately blown away. I was left in shock and awe at what I saw. All the updates that they're doing to the characters and all the physicality of the fighting and the graphics and everything is amazing, but more so the fundamentals of the game and the way it plays. Now, honestly speaking, I really hope that the game will stick to what the trailer is portraying. But let me read a little bit about it and show you what the game has in store. So it says, Tekken 8, the brand new entry in the legendary Tekken franchise, brings the fight to the new generation. Powered by Unreal Engine 5 and exclusively available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC Digital. Tekken 8 pushes the limits of the new game hardware and technologies. The game features high-definition character models built from the ground up, with highly feedable skin and hair, along with immersive graphics such as muscles that shift to reflect character movement. The Tekken series holds the record of being the longest running story in a video game franchise, just as the ending dialogue of Tekken 7 mentioned. This new entry will focus on the father and son showdown between Kazuya Mishima and Jin Kazama. More info coming soon. Now honestly, I watched the trailer and a friend of mine, shout out to my buddy Akshay, recommended me the Tekken lore. The Tekken lore video that's like an hour long. Now, me being a huge Tekken fan and gamer since like I think Tekken 3, I was barely alive. I don't think I was alive like when the first Tekken games came out. But yes, essentially I played Tekken 3 on PS1. And I've been playing Tekken games since then. I maybe missed a few, maybe I played a few of them only once or twice, but yes. Tekken 7, Tekken from when I first played it from like Tekken 3 to about Tekken 7 has come a long way. And now they're carrying on the storyline of everything. So it's really cool to see what they have in store for us with this new Tekken. And I must say that the storyline of Tekken and the lore is crazy. I'm actually glad I watched it. But anyway, let me continue. So the next game is Crysis 4. Now, interestingly enough, I played and finished both Crysis 2 and Crysis 3. I never played Crysis Warhead because it was too old and I didn't have the internet at the time and many various issues. But Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 I both owned and played in and out and thoroughly enjoyed. But let me just read a little bit about stuff I'd researched. So, read as follows. Crysis 4 is coming. Developer Crytek announced Wednesday. The next game in the sci-fi first-person shooter franchise is in the early stages of development, so it will be a while yet, said Avni Yerli, CEO of Crytek. The second paragraph reads as follows. Crytek released a brief teaser trailer alongside its announcement, which does not feature gameplay. The Frankfurt, Germany-based game developer called the next Crysis a truly next-gen shooter, and it sounds like Crytek will directly involve its player base in the direction of Crysis 4. Crytek has a proud history of working with our community to develop the games you want to play, Yearly said. Crysis is incredibly important to so many people. It's beloved by gamers and everywhere. And some of those working in the industry today are doing so because of the original game. So we want to make sure the next installment in the franchise lives up to all your expectations. Make sure to join our socials and get involved. Now the rest is pretty much fundamentals, but I'll read it anyway. Like Blizzard Entertainment's low-key announcement on Tuesday of all its new project a survival game. Crysis 4 reveals is also a call for talent. Crysis says it's hiring and looking for people who will truly shape the future of the franchise. And okay, I guess I didn't need to read that, but let me continue. The Crysis franchise will celebrate its 15th anniversary later this year. The first game in the series was released in November 2007 on PC Windows, which I didn't get to play unfortunately, followed by Crysis 2 and Crysis 3 in 2011 and 2013. Which actually makes no sense of why there is no PS4 or I've never seen a PS4 or PS5 port for Crysis 3. I don't know, maybe it was or maybe there wasn't, but I don't think there was. But let me continue. Respectfully, Crysis released a remastered version of the original Crysis in 2020 and remastered the trilogy, which is actually pretty cool, because if it's a remaster, the graphics must be really good. But Crysis has always been a game that was at least a good almost 10 years ahead of its time. Since the first game started, they've always been ahead of their time with their extremely legendary engine. Maybe it wasn't perfect, but they damn near got close to perfect. Graphically, the physics and everything. I've never ever been disappointed playing a Crysis game, honestly speaking. Now, let me get into Skull and Bones. There's quite a lot of information, but let me read up about it. Let me be really quick. Yes, so the third game on this list is Skull and Bones. So, Skull and Bones is an Ubisoft game. And it's very reminiscent of Assassin's Creed. And you will see here as follows. Now there's a lot of information, so if you really want to know more about these games, please, you have to have watched to the point of this video. But let me continue. Skull and Bones is an up-and-coming action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft Singapore and published by Ubisoft. The game is set to release in March 2023 for Amazon Luna, Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. A version of Google Stadia was planned before the service shut down. The game revolves around piracy and naval warfare. Okay, so yeah, naval warfare. Gameplay. Skull and Bones is a tactical action game set in an open world environment and played from a third-person perspective. Players take control of a customized pirate captain, and may choose to sail the Indian Ocean by themselves and set off on a single-player campaign, or gather up to 5 other players to ally in player versus player, essentially PvP gameplay in disputed wars. Win positioning can be assessed to gain an advantage in a battle. Players may collect additional ships throughout the game, such as slops of war, frigates, and brigantines, whose weapons include mortars, broadside cannons, and rockets. Ships can be charged in with brute force and boarded. The rate of inflicted damage is gauged by the health bar. A core component is the multiplayer mode Loot Hunt, where 2 groups of players are challenged in treasure hunting of further accumulate their riches. Each given ship crow's nest is scalable for use as a lookout point, and spyglass can be availed of as well. Microtransactions will be a feature, an added feature. Yes. Let's continue. Development and release. Skull and Bones is the first video game made by developer Ubisoft, which drew inspiration from the naval battles of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which, it being an Ubisoft, makes sense. The game began development in 2013 and began initially envisioned as an expansion, then an MMO spin-off title under the name Black Flag Infinite, which is why I said it was very reminiscent of an Assassin's Creed game, specifically that of Black Flag, as I said. It was then spun off as an independent project, in part due to its initial technology becoming outdated. So as you see, it was meant to be released earlier on, but the technology couldn't keep up. According to a Kotaku report, the game has undergone multiple changes in direction and scope during development, exceeding its budget multiple times. Initially set in the Caribbean, it was moved to the fantastical Hyperborea, then finally the Indian Ocean. Gameplay was redesigned multiple times, focusing variously on naval exploration and ship-to-ship combat, before both were scrapped in favor of land-based survival elements inspired by games like Rust. Developers contacted by journalist Ethan Gash attributed these difficulties to containing ideas, management issues, and lack of consistent direction. The project reportedly cost Ubisoft more than $120 million. Damn. It was revealed during Ubisoft's press conference at the Electronic Entertainment Expo 2017. It was confirmed for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, with enhancements for PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox One X, which makes sense. Alongside the game, Ubisoft Singapore announced the Keepers of the Code program, designed to allow players to aid in the fine-tuning of its live service aspects. Originally said to be released in Q3, Q4, I think these mean quarters, 2018. The game was later delayed in 2019, again to sometime after March 2020. On a call with investors in October 2019, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot confirmed that the game had been pushed back to at least the April 2021 to March 2022 fiscal year. In May 2021, Ubisoft announced a subsequent delay to the am I reading the same line? Announced a subsequent delay to the April 2022 March 2023 fiscal year. In July 2022, the company revealed a November 8th release date for the game. In September 2022, Ubisoft announced that release was pushed back to March 9th, 2023. In September 2020, it was revealed that while development was containing a new vision for the game had emerged, which resulted in the release days as more development time was needed as well. It was stated that the additional Ubisoft studios such as Ubisoft Berlin were co-developing the game alongside Ubisoft Singapore. Now, as you can see, there's been a lot of development that has really gone into this game. So with Skull and Bones, we should really expect a finished product, and if not, we should get pitchforks and torch lanterns and then go to Ubisoft and make and get some answers. No, I'm just kidding. But as you can see, this game has pretty much been in development since 2013, so which means pretty much the same time around Grand Theft Auto 5 and a lot of other big games. So this game should really expect to impress people with its graphics, with everything. Surely this game being worth $120 million, it should really speak volumes as to what it can do. But that's yet to be seen, because the game is only coming out supposedly next year, March next year, which is pretty much around the corner. So they have their work cut out for them, because there's been a lot of development for these games. But I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I'm very thankful for you guys watching. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. This is the Chilly Man signing off. Peace out.